Hello there everybody, this is Peter Beckenham, the Village Marketer, and as always talking to you from my little Thai village way up near the Cambodian border. My topic for today, 7 seconds to sales success. 7 seconds to sales success. What in the heck's that all about? It's all about first impressions. So if you're making yourself a sales call, then you can destroy your entire presentation in the first 7 seconds or less. You really can. Here we are. And I am no expert in this, but after 35 years of sales and marketing, I've learned a few tricks, right? And I want to share them with you tonight. And it's a bit of fun. So bear with me. I want you to try these things, all right? First of all, the way you introduce yourself. I'm going to give you 3 introductions. Here they are. Here's the first one. Hello there, my name is Peter Beckenham. Here's the second one. Hello there, my name is Peter Beckenham. Here's the third one. Hello there, my name's Peter Beckenham. Okay, 3 different ones. The first one, lacking in energy, right? The second one, over the top. And the third one, I hope you got it right. That was me, naturally, okay? That's the tone. Your tone is a very important part of your initial communication, of your initial impression. What I mean by tone is the volume and the pace of your voice, okay? Because you must understand the words that you use practically count for nothing, maybe 7% at most in terms of your communication. But the tone is up to 35%. And I just gave you 3 examples there, right? And that can really hurt you or help you. It depends on which way you go, okay? Now, of course, the other thing that's missing is the 55%, if you do your maths right? And the 55% is, in fact, body language. And I'm going to share with you some thoughts about body language that maybe you hadn't thought about before, because that can also send a message to your prospective customer without you saying a darn word. Okay? Very important. And they can send messages back to you. I mean, let me put it this way to you. How would you feel if you could work out what your prospective customer was thinking? Would that make you feel a bit more confident in your presentation? Well, I can tell you, you can just about do that. I'm going to share that with you right now. You really can do that. You haven't got to be a mind reader. This is all body language. But before we get there, a couple of very quick things I need you to understand, okay? The first thing is when you smile, and I hope you're going to smile on presentation. When you smile so it reaches your eyes. Don't just smile with your mouth. Smile so it comes from your eyes. Be genuine. Be authentic. That's the message here, right? Don't fake it. Because if you smile without really meaning it, your eyes aren't going to show it and you give yourself away. That's a bit of body language you better remember, okay? Secondly, get their name right, for goodness sake. Now, I don't know if you're like me, because I'm terrible with names sometimes, and I've got to repeat it to make sure I remember it. So, for example, if they say, hi, I'm Sally, don't you say, oh, hi, I'm Peter. Don't do that. Say it this way. Hi, Sally. My name's Peter. What that does is it reminds her of her favourite word. That's her name. Secondly, it helps you recall who her darn name is, right? So use that approach. Next, speak clearly. Very important you speak clearly. And whether you're a lady or a man, doesn't matter, okay? Rather than speaking up here, try and speak from down here in your diaphragm, okay? The lower your voice is, and you haven't got to be really low, but the lower your voice is, then the better impression you will give. And it's an impression of power and authority and confidence, okay? But if you're speaking up here all the time, no. Come down and speak from here. This is very important, okay? Make good eye contact. Very important to do that. Even if they're 7 foot tall, make good eye contact. Get on a chair and get up there and talk to them. But make good eye contact. Now, let's get to the body language bit, because this is the bit, this is the important thing. And let me tell you this. The most honest part of your body is your feet. And I'm not going to stick my feet up here so you can see it. I'm going to tell you what it is, okay? Because your feet and their feet give them away. For example, when you're talking to them, if they've got both feet pointed at you, then they're interested in you. Now, I don't mean to spend all the time looking at your feet, at their feet, but have a glance down if you can, right? And if their feet are pointed at you, then they're interested. If one foot is just pointing away, then they're really probably getting ready to leave, but they're not sure. If both feet are pointing away, absolutely they've lost interest in you altogether, right? And if one foot starts bobbing up and down, okay, then they're not comfortable with what you're saying, okay? They're just not comfortable. Here's a few other things. Oh, let's give you some positives on the feet. If their toes are pointing upwards as well as pointing at you, they are very interested. Very interested. So watch for that clue. Very important. Okay. So the idea is to also match them, not match their negative things, but match their positive things. Their positioning. If they're leaning back like this, then you lean back. If they're leaning back and they've got their arms not folded, because their folder could be closed, they've got their arms just loose like that, match them. Match and mirror them that way, okay? Very important. If they're leaning forward, you lean forward. And here's some interesting things for you. If they're leaning forward, but they're leaning like this, okay, then they're bored, absolutely bored. But if they're leaning like this, completely different. They're interested. Big difference, okay? If they're with my hands, if they're like this, okay, with their fingers in their forehead, then they're thinking, they're considering something you're saying. So you know that you've got through to them, okay? They're thinking about it. If they're scratching their eyes like this, then really they're not happy and they're uncomfortable with you. And the same thing here, if they're scratching their neck, they're getting uncomfortable with you. Be aware of these signs. They don't even know they're sending you these signals. But you know them now, right? And so when you see people scratching their neck or scratching their eyes like this, then you know you're making them feel uncomfortable. Change tack, because you're not doing the right thing. All right, now, what else? Oh, yes. I have to check my notes to make sure I remember them all. If they've got their lips tight like this, then they're not really agreeing with you. If their lips are pursed like this, get this right, pursed, I shouldn't be smiling. If they're pursed like this, well, then they really are disagreeing with you. They're not at all happy with what you're trying to say to them, okay? So there's some thoughts. And my message is this to you. If you can match and mirror their body language, then you will have a much better chance of them accepting you for who you are. And let me share this with you. It doesn't, and if you get through and you communicate properly, and remember you've got 7 seconds to get through, if you can communicate properly, then you've got a chance of them not only listening to you, but they will not really remember what you said, but they will always recall how you made them feel. And that's because you communicated effectively. So there you go. That's my message. See my finger? That's my message for the day. I hope you found it helpful. Because you have 7 seconds to create that first impression, and then the body language and your tone of voice is going to determine the success of your sales conversation. All right? Hope you found that helpful. If you did, leave me a comment. I'd love that. And as always, I appreciate and thank you very much for watching me and hearing me, because I know how busy you all are. All the very best. Take care for now. Bye from Thailand. Bye.